It's
But
quite something.
like laning wise though, how do you like Team Liquid there? They're running a 4 melee lineup with 1 range support. It should be a lot dumber than that.
Well, if Tiny has 0 agility and can still walk.
Claps up. That's level 2 on him, combining with the Fire Blaster and the Ignite. No fear. Well, he thought he had it, but damn, mind control. Just starts letting go on bottom lane. Perfect Bramble. GH able to connect onto Always Wanna Fly. And in the Cursed Crowns, they're using both of the stuns already. Vengeful Spirit. Nongrata cannot help him. Threw the arrow out, and after then, that was away from you.
Bounty rinse. That's 2 per, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Unless GH is going to go for more, and yeah, he is. The Bramble's right, and like Always Wanna Fly, he's going to clip it. Oh, and Courier. Yeah. Courier doesn't want to be there. And GH could actually win this. He'll take the hit, but he's got Fairy Fire, and he's still got the Shadow Realm available. So he's waiting as long as he possibly can. Now Fairy Fires into the Shadow Realm. Full charge, and support coming in from Nongrata. And it's actually Always Wanna Fly finding the kill. While that happened too, Mind Control died up on the north side. Kuro trying to find a little bit of revenge, beating into No Fear. Able to do so, but this is the perfect scenario for the spec. Able to get solo experience around for 2 of them.
Oh, bottom lane. Always Wanna Fly is toast.
Sound check. Spectral Haunt looking for the rebuttal. Miracle is the main man. He's not level 6 yet. That's why there's such a great time to bring in Silent. Couple of skeletons chasing down Nongrata. They can farm them up for nothing, really. And you're right, 10-minute time. Iceberg's actually on a rotation with Smoke. Always Want to Fly an Iceberg coming north, but the rotation already came from Liquid. Silence the one attacked. He's got 21 charges available, so he can survive this. No Fear TP's in. Almost a distraction. Now allow Iceberg to get the double avalanche. Looking for the toss. One more hit with the tree toss will kill off Mind Control, and they turn their attention over towards Kuro. Heavy rotations. Perfect Sprout block. Turns for a stun. But 2 hero kills. GH will actually grab 1. And potentially the second, yeah, he'll actually reach the second bounty rune. Let's Always Want to Fly hits the stun. Even then, GH will get both of them. Prophet's going to TP down towards bottom lane. I think they want to try and break that Ank. And Miracle does leveled up. Silent will arrive, so they'll have to kill him twice over. Arrow, it doesn't connect at the right time.
A skeleton.
The skeletons came up at the perfect time to block it. And now Miracle turns some good damage into Silent, but it will not be enough. Miracle will die.
There's one guy in the enemy team that's starting to take control of the map. You lost your mid tower. What's his next objective? Do you want to fight him there, or do you want to try to make pressure on the other side?
Always Wanna Fly is being hunted down by GH. No Fear wants to help him out. Thought about the Sprout, then realized this ain't happening. TP out. Miracle does not have the Hellfire Blast anymore.
Bring him down.
But instead, they're trying to do this, get him behind the lines, attack into the tier 1 tower. But because the webs are already covering all the way towards the mid, Matumba just brings his army through the rear, and No Fear has no way to really survive this. He can't TP out in time. Iceberg will go down as well. And Team Liquid are all over Winstrike like a hot rash. Oh, the fight's coming. Miracle, blink forward. Leap does not disjoin that Hellfire Blast. They terrorize to ensure Nongrata again cannot react.
Liquid have 2 choices now. They can try to fight this top tower, defend it, or they can just be like, we don't care, and just go high ground.
They're doing both.
I don't know about that one, though.
Okay, GH and Mind Control looked like they were heading north, but it's bottom lane. There are so many skeletons, and they all move towards the Hellfire Blast and target, and it's Spec. He gets swapped back out again. Silent burns a little bit, but look at the army. It moves forward, takes so much damage thanks to actually the Starfall and the Avalanche. VS will die, but a very quick buyback. Now Iceberg can try and go for these kills. Tosses the Ogre around. Finds that pick off. No tier 3 towers lost. And this incursion from Team Liquid is at least repelled for now. Miracle, there's your jump forward right on top of Nongrata, and they just crit him down. Matumba will take that kill, but they also get the lockdown thanks to the Bramble Major onto Spec. So Silent is gone. Always Want to Fly is under control, and the Brewmaster Chaos is created. It just keeps everyone under control underneath the tier 4 towers. Prophet was able to TP back out again, but one by one, Iceberg, he tries to come in for something more, able to kill up the Dark Willow, but they just can't fight this.
Oh my god, the damage. AC Medallion and then the crit from Brewmaster and Wraith King, I think that was at the same time.
Yeah, they're back again. Matumba's just like, more.
He has Aegis, so can play a little bit.
Hellfire, leap.
Yep.
And Matumba, after No Fear. This is dumb. This is dusted. We're 22 minutes in, but this game is over. There's no way that Liquid even need to leave the base. of Winstrike. The second someone comes in range, he just becomes another kill. He becomes an extra padding for fantasy points. And they still can't even break the reincarnation of the Wraith King. He'll be ready to turn around and steal some life in just a second. Well, no, there goes the reincarnation. But always want to fly. And the Hellfire Blast up to GG indeed. It's a good day to have Miracle on your team. 20.7 fantasy points just for this one game.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. It's not like we're all about the fantasy points, but we're all about the fantasy points. That's real solid for Liquid.
Yeah, it's a straightforward game from them. They third pick the Broodmother. They do get counterpicked by a Tiny in the lane. They do a little bit of lane switcheroos, get off to a pretty good start for that reason. And honestly, this felt like a completely free Brood game. Like, Matumba Man didn't...
12 or 13 heroes that hadn't been played yet.
They just picked 2 heroes that haven't been played TI yet.
Yeah.
In the same game. They're looking good in this early game. This is the first game I've seen of Winstrike where they're clearly ahead minute 5 on net worth.
Might have some trouble though. Iceberg just uses Imprisonment aggressively against Miracle. They've got Dragon Tail plus the dual breath, but they don't have the range available. Hellfire Blast comes off cooldown in 1 second time, but Always Wanna Fly does his own rotation in, so Miracle, he wonders exactly what he wants from this. Night Stalker's TP'd over too, so now Liquid, they don't have the numbers. And Matumba, they'll slow him down with the Void up the hill. The attack will not miss, so Iceberg will claim that one, turning their attention now over towards Miracle. And are both the cores of Team Liquid going to die within the span of like 30 seconds underneath their own Tier 1 tower? Answer is definitely yes. Imprisonment will finish the job.
This is a huge kill because Miracle tried to stun the Venge and TP out. He tried to be cheeky there, but level 1 stun doesn't last long enough for that play to be possible with the turn rates included. And Winstrike are just dominating them right now. Like, this is...
Yeah, they're everywhere.
This is very refreshing to see. They are just pressuring all the lanes.
Hoping for an opportunity, and Keeper of Life. What the hell happened to him? Silent now becomes another target, but Tubman goes after him. Doesn't have the extra life. Iceberg does die in the mid lane eventually. Always Want to Fly rotation. He cannot reach it. So as far as missing kills, we're looking good. Kuro's ready to go again on mid. They just keep waiting for Iceberg to use Astral Imprisonment and then come forward. Troll Trap, 1 stomp, 2 stomp. Dragon Tail stun, they'll use that instead, and the Illuminate from GH clipping into Always Want to Fly. Kuro's positioning of the Centaur saw so much of this coming, but he did not see Silent, who could now actually use that Death Pact in the middle of this fight to gain that little bit of extra strength to now turn around. Mind Control does not have Enrage available, and no fear, Sprout is up. He needs 1 quick control. They'll Sprout Miracle, they'll stun Mind Control. It's a little bit of targeting at least, but with the negative armor hitting, Mind Control and Miracle do not want to hang around. They've got the Centaur with the stun available. So a space can be created by this. Here comes Darkness.
Might still be good enough.
In through the rear. You already got the courier delivering an extra ward during the middle of the fight. Start the first stun out, but it's really the Vengeful Spirit. Always Want to Fly, bit off a lot more than he can chew. And Nongrata was battling Keeper of the Light, but there was no real follow-up. Now Iceberg will arrive. He doesn't have the Eclipse available, and they're still fighting into the Illuminate Blast. So no creep waves really available at all. Instead, it's just, okay, it will be Kuro tying with the Wrath of Nature going through most of Team Liquid. And he'll lose his Chen army.
Dire's top tower.
These blasts not really connecting anymore, and inside the darkness, which is exactly what they do. They walk the right angle, and Iceberg 4 stars forward into the imprisonment. They'll surround him. GH's blast will be able to connect onto 4 heroes, and they look to turn around. Remember, he's got the reincarnation with the Breathe Fire, and the Illuminate did a lot of damage, and they swap him down. Always Want to Fly wants to stay in the fight, but Tumble will go down. Another Illuminate connects, and the Chen army wrapping around from behind. Winstrike. They thought they were in power, but they were blinded by the light. Support TP's in the form of Nograna. Iceberg came in through the shrine, so they focus on the DK. Spirit Vessel is up, so DK just doesn't have that sustain, that innately tanky sustain you were looking for, and they turn their attention towards Matumba. Swap him out of the trees, out of all kind of movement, and 2 heroes from Liquid picked off, feeling like they had the space. And that's why Matumba and Mind Control are sitting where they're sitting underneath the Sentry Wall. They try and kill off Silent. Won't happen. They're stunned with the Wrath of Nature. Matumba takes a lot of damage as Vengeful Spirit. She was the one trying to provide that control, but dies quickly. They want more. Blink off cooldown in 2 seconds time for Matumba. I'll even give him the chakra, but everyone is gone.
Mid lane.
Iceberg's loving this. I don't think he's loving the unit he just imprisoned, but then support in from behind.
Oh,
Silent
Bash.
with the double damage room, but the Bashes are in control. Silent, they forced off him up, but Miracle will still find the hit in. Smoke, gonna break,
on
Mind
MC.
Control, walking directly over, but Mind Control so quick on the blink, he actually jumps up. They're gonna use the Chen creeps to allow him to find Vengeful Spirit, throws himself in the line of fire, and everyone else has arrived on top of the shrine. The TP's in from Team Liquid. They're focusing down onto Iceberg. Hey, at least his BKB is up and running. Nice Soccer pushed back up in with the mana leak. Cannot outrun this. Over the hill, doesn't get far away. Mind Control's blink is already back off cooldown.
Sprout.
Yeah, Miracle trying to get out of here. In fact, he's just battling up against Nongrado, who can tank through a lot of this, and they brought the dust available. GH, how quick did he come? Bringing in the friends. You had the Lotus Orb protecting, but not enough. And the Clinks, Mind Control. Comes in with the Abyssal Blade, catching Silent by surprise.
And then TP's away.
Oh, Iceberg. Going in with Always Want to Fly, but the Bashes from Mind Control. The swap up, then he has to defensively imprison. Prophet wants to come and join this fight. I don't think he actually really wants to. That Chen army is already there to give the control. Kura will lose his life for it. VS has to buy it back, and no fear. Force staff into the TP out. GH can't force staff the right direction. And Mind Control's blink was on cooldown. Time is being wasted. So up on top lane, not by Miracle. Attacking to the tier 3 tower. The damage output is ridiculously good, around 300, not including crit. And then now beats in towards the buildings. Always Want to Fly has no swap available. And Clinks doesn't really feel like he's got the distance yet. Oh, wow, he actually found another one. He found No Fear. Sure, bottom lane, why not? But the top lane's where it's all about. Miracle is just ripping through Winstrike. They just don't have the power to withstand this. As in they go, Mind Control pushing Silent back out again. That's the game. GG, well played. Team Liquid will follow in the footsteps of EG and 2-0 Winstrike.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was a much better game. And it definitely felt like a game that Winstrike were in range of.
Yeah.
Which is refreshing to see because they've had a couple of pretty crushing losses. But this one,